Hello, everyone, and welcome back to CHH Hysteria. I'm your host, Cole.
And I'm your co-host, Cooper.
So, 2021 is officially over, and it was a great year for CHH fans. There was a lot of really good music that dropped, and there's a lot of really cool moments that happened. So today we're going to be talking about what we listen to the most and some of our favorite moments. And we use a service called Last Out of Fame, and we've been using it for the past few years. It tracks your Spotify plays to the exact numbers, so it should be pretty accurate to what we actually listened to this year. So Cooper, do you want to start us off with your most played artist?
My number 10 artist is Elias with 163 plays.
Okay, Elias is fire.
Yeah, which kind of surprised me, but I guess he is on our Punk CHH playlist. So, and then my number nine artist in total for this year, Last Out of Him tracked from January 1 last year to January 1 this year. So it's Ty Brazel, which kind of surprised me. I figured he would be a little bit higher, but he had 189 plays, so I still listen to him quite a bit.
Okay.
But he's one of the classics. And the number 8 really surprised me. It is RG at 194 plays.
At the beginning of the year, he said he didn't like RG, so this is massive improvement. This is massive improvement.
I mean, I'm not hottest on RG.
You
like,
sure?
I don't love him all that much, but I love him a lot, actually. He's pretty good. But
You make no sense now.
Okay,
I don't love him a lot.
Okay, you know
what I love him a lot.
Okay, you know what I'm saying?
Now?
You know what I'm saying? Okay, yeah, I like him. Yeah, I like him. Cool. But I guess we did do that tier list video, which forced me to listen to him quite a bit, which actually expanded me. And then number 7 has a decent bit of jump at KB with 238 plays. Okay. KB kind of surprised me with how low, but I guess I listened to a lot of new artists this year, so it makes sense that my classics kind of got bumped down a little bit with Ty and KB being a little bit low. Mm-hmm. And then number 6, the Young Gun, I have Hovey at 279 plays. Christopher I listened to that a lot this year, and then with Coben dropping this year was pretty solid. I love that a lot. Not pretty solid. It's a very, very solid EP. And then number 5, the old timer Lecrae at 306 plays. There's 306 plays.
Lecrae always in the top 5.
Yeah, just
right?
I mean, he's just one of those constants that I listen to quite a bit. And the number 4 really surprised me, but I guess I picked him up this last month, and Apex actually put me onto him. It's John Bellion, with 419 plays.
All I'm saying is that Apex might put you on, but I was the one that actually showed him the music.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so Cole,
some credit.
Cole and Apex both put me on him. I loved him a lot. I still really like him. Yeah, just a fantastic artist. Definitely innovative. People call him the Kanye West of pop for a reason. Mm-hmm. You can definitely feel his influence on the pop. The number 3 is Mowgli the Iceberg with 427 plays. This really shocked me actually because I love Mowgli, but I didn't expect him to outrank Lecrae or Hovey.
And he didn't drop this year, did he?
Yeah, no, I don't think he did. I mean, Upper Hand, but yeah.
Would be any songs? Yeah.
I don't think so. So
because Upper Hand goes to Indie Tribe.
Yeah, but I listened to a lot of Sad People Make Dope Music too this year. So which is a fantastic album. Yeah, and then he was also on our Punk CHH playlist. So, and then
actually, that's a good enough album that I got I got a signed little copy.
Heck yeah.
Well, actually, I didn't buy it, but it said sorry for the wait. Fire album, though.
Absolutely fire album. Great dude as well. And then number 2 is Henrik with 436 plays, which that's not even counting the Has to Be God Next Move EP or album. So that's just all Henrik, his solo stuff with I Get Lonely Sometimes dropping. Was that this year or last year? Not quite.
That was this year. It was
May.
Year.
Yeah, that feels so long ago, so I get my years mixed up. But that was an absolutely fantastic EP, and I listened to that so much. I know you listened to it. Whenever you added a queue, you add the entire thing into queue.
It's I'm gonna listen to this one song, and then you look at the rest of it. I'm gonna listen to this one too. Yeah. I'm gonna listen to this. Oh, you know what? Just add the whole thing to queue. That's just how the album EP, whatever it is.
And then number 1, which Cole put me on to him. And I've known about him for a long time because, he's arguably one of the biggest artists in the entire world. It is Kanye West with 1,075 scrolls or plays.
1,000?
Yeah.
That's a big jump.
It's quite a big jump because I exclusively listened to him for the latter half of the year, the last 6 months pretty much, or 5 months, 4 months.
It was early August until
I listened.
I made a playlist called "In Jesus' Name, No More Cap" based off his tweet. I sent it to Cooper, and it was game over for him.
Yeah, I love that playlist. That playlist is fire. Kanye is really innovative. His music ages perfectly. Like Graduation feels like I told Cole today that
We listened
Graduation,
to Homecoming in the car.
Graduation could feels like it could drop today, and it would still fit in with the music scene because of how like it just aged so perfectly because of what it did. So
Right. Yes, sir. All right. That's a pretty fire list.
Yeah.
But here's mine. At number 10, I had the one, the only, Not Clyde,
Ooh.
at 731 plays. My guy, Not Clyde, he dropped an amazing EP this year, Mastery 7.
Yeah.
And, of course, Thrash Life 39, always in repeat, rotation, whatever. And at number 9 is Mowgli the Iceberg. So both had a top 10. I was actually surprised to see him in there. I also listened to a lot of Sad People Make Dope Music, too, at the beginning of the year. But that also feels like a lifetime ago. So like, I was just like, wait, that was this year?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I had 757 plays on him. Number 8 was Justin Bieber.
That's kind of surprising.
He's kind of out there for as far as how it's going so far. But no, his album Justice was really good. I really enjoyed that one. I actually have it on vinyl, so I rock with the heavy then. And then number 7 is the old school Lecrae. It's always got to be your top 10, right?
Yeah.
976. I still listened to quite a bit of Restoration this year. No Church in a While. Scrobbles to Him. I mean, that was only I haven't listened to that one too much because it's only been out since beginning of December, but it's still a fire album, and he's got a lot of old classics I go back to quite a bit. And then at number 6, I have KB. And this is actually the lowest KB's ever been for me. A lot of you guys may know KB's probably my all-time favorite artist. He's usually number 1 or 2. So, but like Cooper too, I've been listening. I expanded my taste a lot. I listened to a lot more smaller artists than I did before.
Yeah.
And my artists, how many artists I've listened to this year is probably doubled than anything I've ever done in the past years. So that's a good thing.
Yeah.
And then number 5 is What Up RG, despite him not dropping a single song this year. Well, he dropped Praise at the end of the year. I forget. Yeah, which is one of the best songs this year, low key. In CHH. I really like that song. It's got a lot of people I like. But I had 1,179 plays on him. I listened to. It was weird. I wasn't huge on Raw actually until this year. That album, EP, whatever
it is.
Either way, I wasn't huge on it, and I don't know what happened, but something clicked for me, and I listened to that so much this year. And number 4 is the homie Henrik, at 1,185. I found him near the beginning of the year or late last year.
Yeah.
I mean, kind of late to the game because he kind of got big in July, I feel like, but better late than never, right?
Yeah.
And then we got Holvey at number 3, which is 1,207, which this one surprised me because I was like, wait, I listened to him that much this year? And realized Christopher dropped this year, and that also feels like a lifetime ago. I feel like 2021 was pretty long.
2021 felt really long.
Not in a bad way, necessarily, at least for me.
Yeah.
And then at number 2, we had Gavi at 1,838. Noche was probably my favorite CHH album that dropped this year. I love Gavi. I stand for Gavi. Even if I don't know what he's saying, I know what he's saying is fire. That's all that matters.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh, man, that's funny. And then number 1, to no one's surprise probably, is Kanye at a whopping 4,903 plays. So he had quite a bit. I listened to him a lot.
Yeah.
Like that playlist I was talking about. It's just so easy. I just kind of
just threw it on, yeah.
Here's the thing. So I've always liked Kanye quite a bit. From most of my time of rap. Just I've known Strong or Heartless. Those are kind of what I knew. But I never listened. And in this July, I took it and I listened through his whole discography in order, and a lot of that stuff was new to me. And that was opening my eyes, bro.
Yeah.
And like you said, it aged so well, and that's what I listen to all those albums a lot now. So it just adds up when you got 11 really good albums.
Yeah,
so,
that helps.
Cooper, do you want to go off and show us your top 10 albums most played? This is not top 10 by your favorites necessarily.
Yeah.
Because ones that might have dropped earlier will probably have more plays. It's just how it goes.
Yeah. So my number 10 is My Life is a Beautiful Mess by Klesso.
That's
absolutely fantastic album.
Still good.
Absolutely. Klesso's underrated in my opinion. I think he deserves more recognition. But
of course.
Because he's fire. And then number 9 is Christopher with 140 plays. That was a fire album. Weird that it dropped this year. It felt like last year. But then number 8, Yeezus with 151 plays. I will stand Yeezus. Yeezus is underrated. I don't care how many people talk about it. It's underrated.
Oh, man.
It'll become his most overrated album, and I'll still say it's underrated. And then number 7, I have Upper Hand at 158 plays. That was a fire album. I loved I loved it a lot. I listened to it a lot in the car as well. That one specifically. And then
Upper Hand's one of those albums you can just kind of like throw on, kind of like I Get Lonely Sometimes. You can just kind of throw on and like not skip any of the songs because every song's like good.
Yeah, it's super fire. And then number 6, I have Sad People Make Dope Music 2 with 182 plays. A lot of that stuff was, or a decent amount of it was on the punk playlist. So, and then number 5, I have HGA at 214 plays. I'm still not the hottest on HGA personally. Hot take.
Cooper says
like
HGA was disappointing, but
I was
year after
disappointed
its
as
release,
much.
It's still in your top 5 plays.
Yeah, I just don't. I don't know. It's in there, but
something ain't adding up, Cooper.
I don't know, man. It's something. I don't know. I still think it's a fire album. It's just it was a little personally disappointing after because you can't really follow up TWR in my opinion. So I don't know, but that's just me. And then number 4, I have I Get Lonely Sometimes with 247 plays. You can just kind of throw the entire thing in queue and you'll be fine because it's a short album. It's fire.
It's like 20 minutes long.
Yeah. So like if you're in a 20-minute drive, throw it on.
Is it even 20 minutes?
I'm not
know.
even sure.
It might not even be 20 minutes.
Yeah. And then number 3, I have Restoration Deluxe with 256 plays. This one really surprised me because like, I guess it dropped this year, didn't it? Right? Or does it?
No, it dropped like October.
Oh, never mind.
I think. Or maybe November.
Feels like it dropped a long time ago. I mean, to be fair, it did drop a little bit ago. But it kind of surprised me with just how many
It was
plays
November because remember our first video was on it. Or first episode. And we
that's right. Okay. Yeah. And then number 2, I have Donda with 364 plays. I love this album. It has its critics, and it's not. I don't think it's his best album, but I think it's his best album out of the last 3 that it's released. But I think it's fire. It had so many features on it. The features were so crazy good. Like it was really long too. That was my only drawback to it. It was just really long.
But we needed a long Kanye album.
Yeah.
That's all the short ones.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. And then the number 1 this year, I had The Human Condition by John Bellion at 416 plays. Even though I only got into him like the last, month and a half maybe.
Yeah. I showed him in the car the other.
Yeah.
It wasn't that long ago. It was only a few weeks ago.
Yeah. But I always had him on. I was always listening to that album. It was the only album I've listened through of him. I still need to listen to his 2018 album, but I love it, so.
That's good. That's a pretty good list. That's a pretty fire list.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mostly CHH. That's how mine's going to go as well. But starting at number 10 for me is Yeezus with 448. I'm with Cooper on this. That Yeezus probably has some of my favorite, if not my favorite, beats out of any project.
Oh, yeah.
I think they're really interesting and they're really cool. I love them. And then number 9, I got My Life is a Beautiful Mess by Eclesto at 461. Again, Eclesto, you can't go wrong with Eclesto. You know what I mean? It's always fire. Number 8, I also got Restoration on mine, the deluxe album specifically. I also have Restoration on vinyl, so I rock with it.
Yeah.
At 617 plays, Rich and Famous really defined my winter.
Yeah.
I listened to that so much this year in the winter. Number 7, I have Justice by Justin Bieber. 643 plays. I listened a lot when it first dropped. It first dropped in March, I want to say.
Yeah.
It was March for me was Justice and Noche. March and April. Those were my albums I went to. And I still listen to both of those quite a bit. Number 6, I have Upper Hand by Indie Tribe at 702 plays. That was just a moment for CHH. Really big moment, really cool. We'll get more into that later. Number 5, it also at HGA number 5 at 736 plays. I don't think HGA was disappointing. It is not quite as good as 2 Day Rebel. Well, actually, it's nothing on 2 Day Rebel, but that's okay because it's hard because that's the greatest album of all time. Anyways, number 4, I had I Get Lonely Sometimes by Henrik at 805 plays. Love that album. EP, I guess not even an album. Number 3, I had Christopher with 901. I was actually pretty surprised to see how much I listened to that album. I didn't realize I listened to it that much. I remember listening to a pretty good bit, but I didn't realize that much. Number 2, of course, Noche Juvenil by Gavi, which is a Spanish project that dropped earlier this year. 1,281 plays. Like I said, that was like a soundtrack for a while, Yeah. And that's another one. For me personally, there's no there's no songs that are so bad. So there's no skips. So a lot of times I would just throw the album on. If I was I don't know what to listen to, I just throw it on in the car.
Yeah.
And I vibe out through the whole thing, No skips besides the interludes. I usually don't listen to those. And number 1, of course, is Donda with 1,740 plays, which really isn't CHH, but
That's a crazy amount.
It's crazy. Okay, Cooper, do you want to talk about your most played track?
So my number 10 song was "Hit and Run" by Elias with 47 plays. I listened to this a lot in the car, which kind of like it surprised me that it was this high on the songs list. But I guess I just threw it a lot in queue. It was really good. It was pretty short too. It's like a minute and a half, 2 minutes.
Is it really that short?
I think so. I think it's like
fire though.
Yeah, super fire song.
It's a minute and a half of wonderfulness.
Yeah. And then number 9, I have "No I'm Not Okay" by J-Way.
Okay.
With 50 plays. Once again, this is just one of those songs that I kind of threw on in the car. Like it was usually in my queue whenever I got into my car.
Could be okay.
Number 8, I have "Everybody Broken" by Henrik with 51 plays. This is a really solid song. Like I love it a lot. I love the entire album, but I guess I listened to this one a lot as well. So, and then number 7, I have another Henrik song, "Judge Me" with 51 plays. So it's actually tied with "Everybody Broken."
I'm seeing a pattern here. These are all part of a Rockstar playlist. Be sure to follow it because apparently Cooper liked it a lot.
I loved it, man. That was my playlist for a while.
Yes, sir.
Call it solid month or two. Yeah, this one kind of surprised me with how high it is. I didn't think I listened to it all that much, but at first I didn't really like this song either. When we first checked out Henrik for the artist showcase, I didn't really like this. I wasn't as hot on it, but it grew on me a lot this year.
Which one was it?
"Judge Me."
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then number 6, I have "Loser" with 53 plays. This was on the "It Has to Be God" Next Move project.
Is that 3 Henrik songs in a row? Well, I guess Judge Me is in Henrik, but he's in it.
Well, yeah, 3 with a minute. This song was super good. I love it. It's just really solid. I love Henrik's voice. I love Henrik. Can't tell. But yeah. And then number 5, I have "Better Alone" with 54 plays. Another Henrik song.
I really running the charts though.
I love Henrik, man. He's a super solid artist. "Better Alone" is just super good as well. I love the sound of it. It's just super good.
It's like 2000s punk music.
Yeah. I love 2000s punk music. What can I say? And then number 4, I have "Honest Conversations" with 55 plays. This is more of a vulnerable song, but I love it.
By Mowgli?
Yeah, by Mowgli.
Yes, sir. That song, bro.
That song is so good.
So good.
Throw it on at 3 a.m.
One of my favorite Mowgli songs, bro. I will listen to that in the car, but it's one of those songs you can't listen once.
Yeah, you have to listen to 10 times.
You will listen 10 times in a row, and you're scream the lyrics, crying your face out, driving down the highway, thinking about life. Oh, it's so good, bro. I'm glad you like that song. I didn't know you liked that song so much.
Oh yeah, it's super good. Yeah, like Cole said, I would throw it on and then I would have it in queue 7 times in a row.
Right. Or you add it to queue. I'll listen to it once, and then it's about to end. Nope, put on repeat, and then you put on repeat for the rest of the day, bro.
Yeah. And then number 3, I have "IDC" or "I Don't Care" by Henrik at 71 plays, so a little bit of a jump. I love the sound of this, like all of the other punk rock songs in my top 10. It's just super good. It's more like heavy rock, or more like.
There's no hip hop.
Yeah, there's no hip hop at all.
Straight up punk, pretty sure.
So I really like it though. And then number 2, I have "I Get Lonely Sometimes." This at 75 plays. This entire top 10 is just dominated by Henrik.
It's literally just 8 of the songs by Henrik. What the heck?
But I Get Lonely Sometimes is an anthem. I love it. I can scream the lyrics. Probably one of the songs that I have close to memorized. Especially dropped this year.
Yeah, that's another one you throw in, but in the shower.
Yeah.
And you scream your heart out in the shower, bro. The hot water coming down, bro. Oh,
yeah.
Man.
And then number 1, I have "Something Changed in You Along the Way" by Mowgli at 99 plays. I'm upset that it didn't get one more play.
That is a great song.
But this song is absolutely fantastic. I love this entire project. This project, Mowgli in general, is just underrated, in my opinion. But
I put Cooper on that song specifically.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, you weren't huge on Sad People Make Don't Music too at first, but then grew on you apparently.
Bro,
Something Changing Along Your Way is such an emo anthem. It's so good. I'm so glad it's your number 1. That's crazy.
Oh man.
Yeah, I still find single strands of your hair in the front seat of my car.
car.
Name it more emo lyrics than that. You can't. So good. All right, going to my top 10. Your top 10's fire, but I'm pretty sure 8 of the songs, you should count real quick, but I'm pretty sure 8 of the songs were Henrik.
6 of them.
Yeah, 6 songs of your top 10 were Henrik. That's more than half, bro.
Yeah.
So who's your favorite artist of the year, Cooper? Oh, man. Okay. My top 10 tracks, I think they have a little bit more variety than Cooper. And man, my first one is El Hijo del Pastor. I think I'm saying that right, bro. I don't speak Spanish, honestly. Yeah. But that's the intro to Gavi's album. It's super good. I have that at 136 plays.
Dang.
Love that song. If you can't tell.
Yeah.
And then number 9 is Ghost by Justin Bieber. Bieber might be my favorite song for the new project. 144 plays. I can just listen to that like over and over and over again. You know.
Yeah.
Number 8. This one really surprised me. I didn't realize I actually listened to this song that much because it's not even my favorite on the project. Like probably not even close. But Reasons by Hovey at 145. Yeah, that was surprising because it was like.
Well, I guess it dropped as a single beforehand.
Yeah, but I was just like, wow, like this is not my favorite on the album. But like, I mean, I'm not complaining that it's so high. I'm just like, okay, you know, like. And then I got number 7 at Real Love by Henrik at 145 as well. I guess that was a tie. I didn't realize. Number 6. This one surprised me because I thought this would be higher actually because this is my favorite song of the year, but it's Come to Life by Kanye at 148 plays. I think it's a little bit lower because it's just such a long song. Yeah. And you know, like I feel like, yeah, you know, it's like and it hasn't been out for as long. You know how it is. But yeah, that one's probably my favorite song of the year. It's so beautiful. I'll sing my heart out to that one. Oh, yeah. The piano, bro. When the piano comes in, my soul leaves my body. You know, it's just how it is.
You ascend to heaven.
Like no matter how many times, the 149th play is gonna be just as great as the first play.
Yeah.
Know? And then number 5, I got I Get Lonely Sometimes by Henrik at 149 plays. Adore that song. Like I said earlier, I sing that in the shower, sing it in the car, sing it while I'm working, sing it anywhere.
Yeah.
And then number 4, I got Que Paso by Gavi. This was the lead single actually. Yeah. At 153 plays. Love this song. Just super upbeat, fun. No idea what he's talking about. I just know he says what happened. Besides that, I don't really know. Number 3 is Lord I Need You by Kanye. This song, bro. This is another one I will rap so loud, bro. I will this was the first one I got memorized off Donda. It's just such an easy song to memorize and follow. And it's just like I sing it, bro.
Oh yeah.
I rap it, bro, and I cry, bro. You know what I mean? Just how it goes. I love that song so much. Right, bro. Like when you start singing, bro, and I'm like, yes, sir. You know, like there's nothing else to say about it. It's just classic already.
Yeah. And
for number 1, I actually got a 2-way tie, and one of these songs actually surprised me. The first one is Soda and Vodka by Rob B and 350. Adored that song.
Song is fire.
157 plays. And then the tie, this one surprised me a lot, but 9th Grade by Hovey. I did not realize I listened to that one that much. But I mean, when it first came out, I listened to it a heck ton. I listened to that one on repeat specifically a lot. I'm pretty sure I listened 100 times within the first month.
Jeez.
So I liked that song a lot when it first came out. It's just how it is. So it's still a really good song. Yeah. And my little sister likes that one a lot. I put that. So I'll be putting good music onto everybody, bro. Yeah. But yeah, so that's our most played songs, albums, artists. Be sure to let us know what you listened to this year. But real quick before we leave, we want to give talk a little bit about some of our favorite moments of CHH. Just a real quick recap group. Or was there anything specific that happened this year that you're like, wow, that was so cool?
I think Donda. If you count Donda as CHH or that whole period, not period, but that whole.
It was a period, bro. It was over a month long.
Yeah. But if you count Donda as CHH, I think Donda dropping is the biggest moment of CHH 2021. Okay. For me personally, because that's this is if you count Donda as CHH, this is Kanye's first fully CHH album.
But Jesus is King.
I mean, that's not really CHH though. That's more gospel.
I feel like that's more. Anyways, continue.
But
I'll let you talk.
It's his first full dive into the CHH space. And it has so many features that are so massive. And Kanye's one of the biggest artists in the world. So it's crazy, impactful for the CHH scene because if Kanye is if Kanye is a Christian rapper, what can that mean for the other Christian rappers that put themselves out there? Right. What can that mean for Lecrae? How can Lecrae expand now? Or how can KB expand his reach now? And stuff like that. I think it's crazy influential for other rappers specifically to expand their reach and other people to get into CHH and maybe see the light.
Right.
And that is in CHH. And then Upper Hand dropping, Indie Tribe dropping is, Indie Tribe's been around for a long time, or for a while now.
But not this Indie Tribe.
What?
But not this Indie Tribe.
Yeah. And this Indie Tribe is super good. I love RG and Indie Tribe, but sad that they split ways. So they got out and they went out and they got John Keith and they, was DJ Michael V in there?
Yeah, John Michael.
Okay. So, they got these great guys, and then they got together and made a great album, and it's fire. I love it personally, and I think a lot of people love it, and a lot of people are really excited for it as well. Mm-hmm. That was one of the hypest or most hyped up albums of the year that I noticed.
Right.
Personally, but.
Yeah, they did a great job marketing. Anything else you got?
No, that's all I got.
Yeah, I got a few things real quick, but to kind of go off what you said about Donda, is I think Donda, the whole rollout was really big for CHH. I struggle saying that would be like the biggest, most influential part of CHH because I feel like Kanye's such a like is outside of CHH. I don't really consider him CHH, but like I still feel like it was a big part of CHH because I feel like everyone in CHH was talking about it more so than any other like secular album rollout, and also kind of what you said. It can't open doors for Christian rap in general because like now that Kanye's a Christian rapper, like maybe some people won't like look at Christian rap as like the same corny stuff before. You know what I mean? Maybe they'll give Lecrae a shot or KB a shot, whatever. Like the more Christian rappers we have that are big, or people like rappers that are Christian, whatever, the better because then it becomes more normal. So then more people are willing to check out artists that are Christians, because you know there's this thing where like I listen to Christian rap and people just assume that it's like lesser quality than secular. In my case, I feel like some of the most talented artists right now are Christian hip hop artists. That's just how I see it. Like more so than like a lot of times I listen to secular albums and I get bored halfway through and go back to a CHH album that I really enjoy. Not even because lyrical stuff. It's like just because simply the sound. You know what I mean? So I think that's big, just because hopefully it opens more doors for CHH. But I think the biggest moment in CHH this year was easily Indie Tribe. Just like. It was super, like, I don't know, it's just hard to, like, get a moment like that, you know? What they did with, like, Upper Hand and Holy Smoke and stuff. It's just because they're, like, I don't really know how to explain it, you know? It's just so, it was so big for CHH. Even if you weren't huge on the album, still, like, seeing this sort of, like, groups and, like, the unity of CHH that it has at that moment is, like, really big for the genre. And also, like, I kind of talked about this a bit, too, but, like, this is, I feel like this year more so than any other year for CHH has been big for artists that aren't inside Reach, which I think is good. Because for a long time, we talked about it on channel before, but a long time Reach was the only thing in CHH. I mean, like there were other artists, but they didn't get any spotlight or whatever. So seeing artists outside of Reach, like Indie Tribe, get spotlight like that and get so big like that, or like Dilly, you know, hitting like what 300,000 monthly listeners.
Maybe completely independent.
Right, like completely outside of Reach Records. And that group, I mean, like, he does stuff with them, and that's cool because you want to see that unity, like, not like the competition or whatever. Or, you know, seeing groups like Next Move come together is also super dope. A lot of artists that people, you know, just like, I don't know, like, artists that are inside Reach are getting a lot more spotlight this year, and I think they'll continue to grow every single year from now on. But I think it's really cool because I feel like it was really shown this year that CHH is growing as a whole genre, and I can't wait to see what 2022 is. I think it's going to be the same story, you know? Like, she's going to continue to do that. And also, I feel like Christopher is a pretty big moment for CHH. I feel like Hulvey's a pretty big leader in CHH right now. And also kind of like with being with artists outside of Reach Records, he also like leads a lot of those guys. So I feel like, you know, him dropping his first debut album, a lot of people loved it, a lot of people talking about it. It's just kind of like its little moment. But yeah, so CHH 2021, my bad, was super dope. Super excited to see what 2022. Be sure to leave a comment, your favorite moments of CHH of 2021, and what you expect to see in 2022. Be sure to subscribe because you're going to get a lot of CHH stereo content this year. So yeah, until next time.